Peterbot and Pollo do it again. This past week, the divisional finals have returned. Both day 1 and day 2 proved to be a treat yet again. In this video, we're going to break down who made the finals, where are they landing, and what teams barely missed out on both Central and NA West. So there's a lot to talk about, so let's get right into the mix. First up, let's talk about NA Central, and before we get into leaderboards and talk about who was the best team throughout the 2 days, let's go ahead and talk about the elephant in the room. Peterbot and Pollo clutch up big again. After 2 days, it almost seemed like they were not going to make the divisional finals. With only 3 games left, they needed to clutch up, and man, did they clutch up big. They not only got back-to-back wins, it's the way that they did it. They've had multiple double-digit elim games, 19 eliminations, 17 eliminations, and 16 eliminations, so that landed them 19th on the overall leaderboard, again proving that Peterbot and Pollo will not be stopped even when things look bleak. But to go ahead and move on over to the top of the leaderboard, we got Shadow and Virgo placing first. They're doing this one out of Heatwave Harbor. They've claimed that drop. They're a global championship qualified team, and you would think it's crazy for anybody to contest them, but we were wrong. Another team, a new team, and not necessarily an official team, Victor V and Sphinx. They landed 2nd place in the open. Sphinx should be playing with Kanata. He's on a trip, but right now it looks like Victor V and Sphinx are playing very, very well. Again, landing at the Heatwave Harbor, going against Shadow and Virgo. This can be maybe a little bit of test for Sphinx. Maybe when he reunites with Kanata, do they want to continue landing at this drop spot against Shadow and Virgo, or do they not? But either way, if they play well and Victor V performs phenomenally and Sphinx and him maybe plays top 5, top 3, who knows? Maybe we see Victor V and Sphinx stick it out. That's something that I want to see. I'm a huge fan of Victor V. I want to see him play with the best. In 3rd place, we have Civ and Diego Plays. This is a team I typically do see play well in the opens. Just when it comes to those finals lobbies, and not so much. In 4th place, though, Acorn and Bolts, a contested drop against Ree and Cooper, and already both teams actually did make it in. So again, we're going to have the contested fights out of the gates. Both of these teams already have their global championship spot secured. Ree and Cooper did land around 24th on the overall leaderboard. So one side in the top 5, another team inside of the top 25. Again, both of them being contested. Acorn and Bolts did qualify through globals uncontested, while Ree and Cooper did it while contested against Agers and Ritual. Cyclops and Light also proving up that they belong here. They did get a victory royale, 805 points. Booga and Braids, though, we talked about some of the new teams. This is going to be one of them, 797 points. There's talk about maybe them not lasting after divisional cups, but again, I've seen stranger things happen, like Braids and Visuals kind of even splitting up in the first place. So Booga and Braids, I hope to see them perform well. Cold and Rapid in 7th place. A very heartbreaking performance in the Summit land, but Cold and Rapid going ahead and having another top 10 performance, proving, hey, maybe the Summit land was a fluke for them. Who knows? But in 8th place, another global championship qualified team, Golden and Ozone. They're going to be contested. We'll look at the drop map soon again. QK and Khan in 9th. Cringe and Twy from EU is going to be in 10th. An honorable mention for Scare and Queasy in 11th place. Queasy coming on over to NA, playing with Scare. Interested to see how this continues to develop. Then we have Higgs and Curve in 12th place. Another new duo. They went up against Agers and Ritual at their drop spot. Obviously not every game, and that was a potential fight we were going to see, but Agers and Ritual did not make it. Surprisingly enough, honestly, I thought this is a team that would be locked in, ready to go, but they not only did not perform well, they played horrible compared to their standards and everybody else's. I think somewhere around the 200th mark, which is honestly just not good. You got to wonder what actually happened to them. And then you have King and Craze, another global championship qualified team, in 15th place on the leaderboard. As you continue to scroll down, you'll notice some other names that are not necessarily there, and that is Clicks and Veno. Not to make any excuses, just to give you guys the information on the table. Veno's not playing at the normal setup. He is playing in Miami. Clicks not necessarily being able to, I think, have that same comfortability as he would if Veno on 0 ping in Dallas. So I do think they had a phenomenal day 2. I think that's something that Veno's being known for. I think over 450 or so points, but they had such a bad day 1. it didn't really matter. They were unable to qualify only overall and only placed 64th place on the leaderboard. They had to have a big last game, but unfortunately it just did not work out for them. And honestly, it's just kind of sad to see, but at the same time, a new team, not necessarily locked in on their 0 ping. I'm not too worried about Clix and Veno, because remember, last time they played, they had a shot to take the FNCS championship. Veno helped Clix play to the best of his ability, and now that they're reunited, I honestly think this team has a chance for first place when FNCS rolls around. I think if the game continues to change, meta gets skewed a little bit, we'll revisit that conversation, but they at least have a chance and deserve to be in the conversation. Let's go ahead and check out the drop map overall, though, for Central. I talked about some of our contested fights that are going to go down. Shadow, Virgo, we got Victor V and Sphinx, then we got G Money and OCID actually going up against Golden and Ozone. Again, Golden and Ozone already have their spot secured, so maybe there's a chance for them to alpha it up. Visuals and Muzz, another new team. They're going to be going against Jargu and Carillion. I do like what Visuals and Muzz have been showing so far. Jargu and Carillion, they cannot go under the radar either. Both of them have been playing very well as of recently, so I'm interested to see how that one goes down. I spoke about Booga and Braids. QK and Contrap will be contesting that team. Josh and Yamzo, though, uncontested, along with Peterbot and Pollo. Josh and Yamzo at Wonky Land, Peterbot and Pollo at Sinister Strip. Higgs and Curve is going to be contested against Threats and Veer. I say contested because it almost seems like Threats and Veer are going to take the north side of the Battlewood, while Higgs and Curve are going to take that south side. And with Clix and Veno not in today's or this week's finals, I should say, it's going to be Pump, Liam and Zen, Kaido and Hadi, all contesting that top side of the map. You have Cole and Madden. They're kind of taking that split drop near the north side of the map, kind of similar to they did in their run for the Global Championship. You have Dash and Status, and then Nemo and Avarix in there. Hopefully I said your name correctly, all over towards the top side of the map. Again, going to make some interesting off-spawn fights and some interesting situations, because as Peterbot and Pollo uncontested, they have so many contested fights near them outside of the east side of their current location, where Queasy and Scare will be dropping. Cold and Rapid at the Sanctuary. This is a much better version of Sanctuary with the new map. I didn't like the old one because it's kind of in the canyon. Even if you do get all the loot, getting out is hard with so many teams around you. Now it's going to be a little bit easier. Just north of them, you have Javi and Menace. Looking at this map, not really thinking about it too much. You got to think Peterbot, Pollo, Cold, and Rapid, Higgs, and Curve possibly being our teams that I'm looking at to place top 3. Javi and Menace, Josh Yamzo, again, maybe that could be our top 5. But if Ozone, Golden, Shadow, Virgo, Victor V, and Sphinx win their contested fights more times than not, I wouldn't be surprised to see them squeak in along with Acorn and Bolts and Reed and Cooper over at Frosty. This is where they're going to be contesting each other. If either one of them start to gain a little bit of consistency in that off-spawn fight, I wouldn't be surprised to see either one of these guys in the top 5 either. That's going to be my thoughts on Central, though. Let me know in the comments below what you think about the teams playing this week and where they're dropping, and who do you think is going to win and place inside of the top 10. On over to NA West, where I think this region is just spectacular. It lines up when I'm able to really stream and really get into it. You guys can check out the divisional finals this weekend. I'll be casting it just like FNCS. So if you miss that high-flying action, the super clutches, and the hype, make sure you guys check it out. But on over to the results for NA West divisionals. It's Phoenix and Retro at the top of the leaderboard again, over 1,000 points. This team right here, I was saying it before the last major, I'll say it again. They already got their EWC spot secured. I think they're one of the best teams in the region. I don't think I could put my finger on the #1 best team, but this is one of the best teams in the region. I'll say that with full confidence. They almost qualified for the Summit Land. Obviously, if you guys watched it, you know how that one shook out. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think of Phoenix and Retro, though. In second place, you got Lux and Prusen, 872. Slick Season OC at 868. Timco and Larcos in 4th place. This is a team, when it comes to set finals lobbies, I feel like they're still kind of getting it together, but I've seen glimpses of greatness out of these guys. I'm interested to see how they continue to develop going into the actual FNCS major, because I do expect them to be in the running for a possible global championship spot. In 5th place, though, Salco and Z-Link. Remember, Salco won FNCS. He's also qualified for EWC with an act, playing with Z-Link. They are going to be contested. We'll go to the drop map in a little bit, but this is going to be a team where I feel like they can play very well. They can frag out and do really good, or they can kind of fall flat for the most part. I'm expecting the first half of that where they're playing well, they can frag out, get big eliminations and put themselves on high ground, but I think NA West is one of the regions that kind of lacks with consistency. You can almost win a 6-game finals in just 3 really good games in some cases. You got Clouds and Skix, though, going to be in 6th. Freeze and Gino going to be in 7th. Source and School going to be in 8th. Remember, School also an FNCS champion along with Arc and Salco. Then you have Monk and Evolved, Xeno and Dark, Epic Will and Pump also lining it out. You guys know how I feel about Epic Will and Pump. For a lot of these divisional cups leading up to FNCS, they may not necessarily be the best team and the highest up on the leaderboard week in and week out, but when the finals for FNCS do roll around, they're always a contender. You got Fly and Peepo, Xpon and Doxy. Remember their miracle run in the second chance. They won the last game and they qualified for the Summit LAN. They got Xenon and Thoric, Raygun, and Blood Gangsta kind of rounding out our top 15. Plenty of names on this leaderboard, though. Not going to be surprised by too many of them overall. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think of the overall leaderboard and how it finished. But as we look at the drop map, remember some of those names. Phoenix and Retro, they will be uncontested. Baka and Pars making a finals. We haven't really seen much of them this year, but I'm hoping they hit a hot streak soon. They're going to be kind of either splitting or contesting the Battle Woods against Raygun and Blood Gangsta, aka BG. You got Timco and Larkos, north side of the map, uncontested as well. This is going to be a great spot for them. Salco and Z-Leak against Icy and Compton. I made a short not too long ago about Icy and Compton, the shenanigans they're pulling off at Sinister Strip, so be careful. They will lock you guys in jail. Going up against Salco and Z-Link. I think Salco and Z-Link can possibly win this 4-2, maybe even a 5-1, but I do think there's going to be some chances with how big the POI is. They actually split and go their separate ways. You got Enact and Velo, Monk Evolve also contesting each other. These are 2 teams that can fight for the top of the leaderboard. You also got Wukong and NVQ going against Epic Well and Pump from Walking Land on NA West to a new Wonky Land on NA West. Epic Well and Pump sticking to what they know. Slick Season OC at Golden Grove going to be uncontested. And then Xpon and Doxy, south side of the map, uncontested. We're seeing a lot of teams towards the south side of the map. There is a lot of loot and a lot of gold you can get there, but it's just getting out if the zone pulls towards the north. That will have a little bit of troubles. I think Retro and Phoenix, I think Epic Well and Pump, I think Timco and Larkos. There's a few teams I could see rising to the occasion and getting to the top of the leaderboard, but let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Also, let me know if I should go more in depth about any of these breakdowns. This is going to be NA West, though. Let me know what you guys think. Last thing to quickly talk about is Fortnite announced changes to the Mobile Cup. It was in Blitz Royale. Now it is going to be in Reload. If you already qualified, don't worry. Your spot in group stage is already secured, but there's going to be 3 more qualifiers. One in June, starting on the 13th and 14th, July and 18th and 19th, and August on the 8th and the 9th. The finals will be June 27th, August 1st, and August 16th, all leading to the group stage in September. This one, I feel like, is going to be great. I haven't seen too much of the mobile series. I know in Blitz there were moments where people weren't even shooting, just running around, because if you do shoot, you more than likely are going to die, lose the heal off, because there's so many bubble shields, there's shockwave hammers, and things kind of popping off, so it's not going to be easy for anybody to kind of make their way out of the mobile series when it comes to Reload. So the changes coming in to this one, it now being Reload instead of the Blitz, I'm excited to kind of watch it. I'll be tuned in for the first finals for this mobile series, or the new changes to this mobile series in September. It's going to be the group stage, 2 single lobbies into the semifinals, where the top 8 from both groups will make it into the finals, which will be in October. Make sure you guys check out the links here below if you want to read more about the mobile series. But that's going to do it for me. Let me know what you guys think of NA Central. Let me know if you think about NA West, and let me know what you guys think about the mobile series. The new season is fired up. I'm loving it. Pros are loving it. Let me know what you guys think, and make sure to like, comment, subscribe. It really does help the channel grow, and I'll see you guys on the next one.